Hello friends and enemies, it's me, V, IFPCUS, that's why I have a beard. I just saw a TikTok where someone mentioned, a woman mentioned that she wanted to have a baby. And she's in her 30s and it's getting that time. I am 37, I'm about to be 38 this year. And I want kids. I would like to have kids. Here's the thing though. I think the main reason why I've hemmed and hawed about having children has to do with the fact that before this job, all I could find were part-time jobs. I didn't get a lot of, hey, we see you have a film degree and, you can do something with it. Everybody was like, no. This was after the great housing recession. This was after a ton of things. And this is 2010. So I was in a ton of debt. School debt as well, and then finding part-time jobs to supply me while I lived at home. So we're going on 5 years of having my own apartment. Well, yeah, give or take 5 years of having my own apartment. 2018 is when I actually had my actual apartment, because 2017 I was living in an apartment with roommates, and I don't really count that as my own place. This was now my own place. And the thing is, even though I want kids, I am thinking about long term. Have I set up a 529, which essentially makes sure that, hey, your kid's gonna have college savings and only they can touch it for their college education. I don't have that. I am still living in an apartment for one. I need to get a second apartment, or not a second apartment, but a 2-bedroom apartment, which right now is $1,200. I'm thinking about the fact that, do I have enough money for formula? No. But I'm doing small things so that I can help get this done. I'm also looking at, with my future kid, things that they may struggle with, because even though their mother's black, there's a strong thing that their father will not be black. He will most likely be Asian or white. I'm not, that I can't help, okay? I cannot help it. Anyway, the whole thing I have to think about is being in an interracial relationship and having a biracial child and all the stuff that we would have to go through. Which, that's going to be a beast. Also, I'm going in with the mindset that baby only lasts, a year at most. Then you have toddler, you have kid, you have preteen, teen, young adult, middle age, if you're lucky, and elderly. You'll be dead by the time they get to elderly, but hey, it's still freaking cool to see your kid grow up. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what names would I call them? What things can I instill in them? How can I make sure that they have independence? These are all the things I'm thinking about. And the weird thing is, I'm not thinking about, oh, it's going to be so cute when I give them their first bath and this and that. I think what's weird is, as I'm thinking about having kids, my first thought is, how do I make sure that they're a good human being? How can I make sure that my future kids aren't assholes? How can I make sure that when my future kids are going outside, they are doing the best that they can? And knowing when I have to stop, putting my fingerprints on everything and say, okay, my future kids, I'm going to leave it up to you. Making sure that they know that they are safe in the house. I'm not going to hit them. I'm not going to whoop them. I had that happen to me as a kid. I don't want it to happen to my kids. I want my kids to know that if they're living with me, we are safe. You are safe because you are my child. You need to have a safe place in the house. I will tell them things like, this is why I clean the house. I clean the house so then that way mommy feels better. Because if the house is clean, it's less cluttered. Less clutter means that mom doesn't get overwhelmed, that sort of thing. I would have them walk with me as we're cleaning the house. I am planning on having them help me with laundry, with washing the dishes, vacuuming, making sure that they have their own chores, but still telling them, like, this is why we do things. And showing them different things. So then, when they move out and go to college, I'm hoping they go to college, but who the fuck knows at this point. The point is, I want my kids to be able to move out of the house when they're able to, and they'll be able to do things, and they're able to say, this is what I picked, this is my decision. And the main thing I want to make sure is that my kids know, whatever decision you come with, make sure you have that decision and make sure there's no ifs, ands, or buts. If you're feeling even leery on it, don't do it. And make sure that you can tell people why you picked this one thing. And if they don't like it, well, too fucking bad. And also, if you decide you don't want to do it, guess what, baby? You could change your mind. And I will be here for you. And I don't want you to do certain things. But if you do certain things, I want you to know that I will love you. Because again, you're my kid. And I want the best for you. And I know that sometimes I'm going to be overbearing. Sometimes I'm going to be like, oh, this kid talks shit about you? Tell me. I'm going to punch the kid. I'm working on that. But I just want you to be able to go out in the world and change it for the better. I know that you deserve the best. That sometimes things will happen, but to always have some kind of hope. Because hope is so much better than despair. And I guess I'm really trying to say it for anybody who's thinking they want a baby. I saw another video where a woman was like, I want a baby. Me and my boyfriend are trying, but we don't, we keep getting into arguments and stuff. Why would you, if you're honestly getting into arguments with your spouse, your partner, your boyfriend, whoever, you're constantly giving in arguments with them, breaking up, do not bring a human being into this world. They don't need that. They need stability. If you're somebody that's like, I want to travel the world, well, you need at least a home base for your kids, so then that way, again, they have stability during those kid years. What the fuck do I know? Anyway, I'll talk to you later.